Hello everyone, thank you for checking out today's video. In this video, we're going to be covering scripting using business rules on ServiceNow. Now in the previous video, if y'all saw it, we used the out-of-the-box functionality, so we just used the low-code, no-code option to set up a business rule on ServiceNow, but in this video, we're going to be going a little bit more customized with our business rules, so we're going to need to script it. Now, the way that ServiceNow describes business rules are server-side logic that executes when database records are queried, updated, inserted, or deleted. Now, what we need to do is we need to head over to the appropriate table where we want to set up the business rule. So we want to create it on the incident table again. So let's head over there. And sorry, you guys, if you can hear my dog barking. She's screaming her head off right now. All right, now that we're on the incident list view, we can go ahead and click on the column options, head over to configure, over to business rules. And again, these are all the business rules on the incident table. And this is the one that we just made in the previous video. And then we want to create a new one. So let's hit new. And in this one, we're going to need to script it. So we need to hit the advanced checkbox. And once we do that, we get the advanced tab here. So then we can begin scripting. But when we want this to run is we want this to run before. So we want to check anytime a record is updated or inserted. Anytime a record is updated or inserted, and the what is it called? Category? I think it's category is software. All right, so we're checking to see anytime a new incident record is created or updated, and the category is software. All right, and what we're looking for now is we want to see if that user is a part of the software group. So these are all the members that are in the software group on our PDI. So if you are not a part of this group, it should reject you. And then we're going to set up an alert message stating that you cannot create a software record on the incident table unless you're part of the software group. So that way the user knows why that their incident that they're trying to create is being rejected. Okay, so let's start our scripting. Okay, so within our function, what we want to do first is we want to set up an if condition. And then from here, we're going to do gs.getUser. So we're checking the user that has initiated that session that's logged in. And within that, we're going to check to see if they are a member of, a member of a particular group. And the name of the group is software. And you can see that right here. Name of the group is software. All right. Now, if you are a member of that group, it's going to return true, so that you will be able to create that record. However, if you're not a part of that group, we need to go ahead and set up an error message. So we're going to create an error message that will appear at the top of the screen. And we'll just say, only users that are a part of the software group can select the, let's see, how should we word this? Can create software incident requests. And let's see, let's do category changes to, because if it's already set as software and someone else just tries to make an update, it's going to block them. So we want to see if the category is changing to software. So that way we can leave it as update and inserted. So I'm glad I caught that. Okay, so we have that error message in place. However, that's going to be pointless if the error message is there, but then the record is still being able to be created. So what we need to do now is we need to go ahead and set up an abort action. We could just do that here. We could do an abort action here, but I'm just going to script it. So let's go ahead and do current. So we're setting the current session, and we're going to set our abort action to true. Okay. So again, to run through what we're doing here on our code, we have an if condition, and we're looking at the current user that is initiating that session, and we're checking to see if they are a member of the software group. Now, we could have put any group name here, but obviously it makes sense to be checking to see if a user is a part of the software group if they're trying to set the condition, or the category on that incident record to software. And if they are a part of it, great, then that should return true. And then if they're not a part of that group, then they're going to get this error message. So even myself as an admin, I would probably get that same error message. But we're going to test it with a few different users just to make sure it's working as expected. And then they're going to get that error message there if they're not a part of that group. Okay, let's go ahead and save it. Only users in the software group. Oh, that's kind of long. Software category restrictions. We'll put something like that. And we'll save it. Okay, so let's actually check to see if it's going to block our admin account. So we'll set able tutor, and then we'll set the category to software. We'll put software test. And let's try to save it. And look at that, it blocked it. Only users that are a part of the software group can create software incident requests. So it says it's an invalid insert. Okay, so that's great. So it even blocked us on our admin account, which is what we want it to do. So what we need to do next is we need to impersonate one of these users. So let's go ahead and impersonate ITIL user because they're a part of the software group. ITIL user. There we go. Incident.io. Okay, so now let's set the same able tutor for caller. Let's set the category to software. And then we'll do software test 2. And then let's attempt to save it. And look at that, it worked as expected. And the reason for that is this user is a part of the software group, which you can see right here. And it even blocked our admin account. However, if we wanted to, you could always go in and you could set another condition so that the users that are admins, so you can set, like if you have an admin group, you can exclude that admin group, or you could even do gs.getUser.has, I think it's has role. Is that what it is? Let's see. If you were two brackets, gs.getUser, as role. Then you could probably put admin here. Actually, it might be lowercase. There it is. Yeah, it is lowercase. Okay, so now our new condition is a user is either a part of the software group or the user has role admin, which we do on this account, obviously. So let's go ahead and save that and then see if our new condition allows us to create a software record. Incident.io. Category software. Let's do software test 3. Try to save it. And there we go. Now we can create a software record with our admin account because we have that second condition there where users who are part of the software group or they have the admin role, they can create software requests on the incident form. All right, guys, I hope you found this video helpful. Clearly, you can get very creative with your scripting on business rules. And just like I mentioned in the last video, on ServiceNow, there's almost always more than one way to do something. So what we could have done is we could have even set up a client script. And we could have even told the user in real time if they were trying to switch the category to software. We could have set up a script include within that client script that would have checked to see if that user was a part of the software group or they had the admin role. And if they weren't, we could have blocked them from setting the software category here. So like I said, there's more than one way to do something, but I just wanted to show you guys how you could do that using a business rule. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. Please also consider subscribing to the channel. Catch you all in the next one very soon.